Hi everyone, a different kind of video today. I wanted to do a review of my Gardiner SLX 30-foot pole. The reason I want to do a review is because I've had it for a few years and I see a lot of reviews online where they review a pole when they get it but they've not really used it yet. So I thought it'd be good to look at this after a good 3-4 years of part-time use. I only use this pole a couple of days a week just to see how it's faring up, so it can just help you decide whether you think this is going to be the right pole for you or not. The first thing I thought it'd be good to look at, because one of the Gardiner's unique features is the fact that they have smart clamps on their pole. This is the first thing to look at, and that means that when your pole wears down a little bit, the clamps are that good that they stop any spinning still. So as we can see, this is the bottom section of my pole. Hardly gets used really. You can see it's in pretty much brand new condition. So that one, as you'd expect, doesn't turn very much. But as we get to these top couple of sections here, you can see that this one's starting to wear away quite a bit now. However, with most poles, you'll end up that will start to spin when you're using it. But with the Gardiner ones, because the smart clamp features, you'll see I'm a pretty strong guy and I can only just about turn it. So that's really good. I'm properly impressed with that. Another feature we have is this angle adapter. Very easily adjusts, which on other poles can be a bit of a nightmare. So that's been good over the years. Just to show you how you change the brush head to another one, there's two ways to do it. You can either do it using this little button here, that just quick releases your brush head, and you can put a new one on, which is handy if you're doing, say, PVC cleans and you want to put on a bigger brush head to get into the corners a bit more. Gardiner sell those, they do some really good brushes. But you can also just take the whole thing off, and there's a quick release section there. That allows you to easily change it as well. So you can see already we've got quite a few good features, and that there's also a little ridge section at the top there to give it more grip to stop your brush head from spinning round. So that's another really impressive feature. This brush head I got here is a Supreme brush head. I'm not sure if they actually do this one anymore. I don't know if you can see, but it's a slightly smaller version. You get a selection of brushes you can choose when you buy your pole, and this one's slightly narrower. It's got a few less bristles. They might do a similar one now. I'm not sure they do this exact one anymore, but it's something to consider because there's a lot of smaller windows around these days, and this smaller brush head, it gets in at them a lot easier. If you clean a lot of older properties, perhaps with Georgian windows, this gets in a lot easier. So I've found that brush to be really good. I'm a bit gutted actually, because they went on sale I think when they discontinued it, and I should have picked a couple more up but I didn't, so perhaps they do a similar one. Just another little point on changing your brush head. This will just demonstrate how good the quick release feature is on your pole holes that connects to your brush head. You just literally just pull that in and look how easy it comes out, and then you could just pop it back in and secure as you like, you know. So they really are a very good pole. They're the best on the market in my opinion. They're a little bit more pricey than some other poles, but you get what you pay for. You might be a bit nervous about, I think this one ended up costing me maybe $370 or something. It was an SLX 30 including VAT. But you don't have to get a 30-foot one. They do a 27-foot one, and they do a 25-foot one. They do smaller ones which are cheaper, and they also have the option where you can add an extension to the bottom section of the pole so that you don't have to be carrying all the weight round all the time. And this brush head here is lighter as well, so that takes away from the weight a little bit. But there is a big difference between the CLX poles and the SLX poles. I went straight for an SLX, but I've got a few friends who are window cleaners and they started off with the CLX, and they're good for a fiberglass pole. But the only problem is they can be a bit bendy when you're using them in the air, and as soon as you upgrade to this SLX you wouldn't believe the difference in the amount of control that you've got with the pole. So if you want control and you want a long-lasting pole, then I would definitely go for the SLX. Couple of little tips when ordering your SLX pole. I would definitely order a few extra O-rings. These can be used to connect up your tap and things like that, so if anything comes off you've got some more that you can put on, and you buy some pliers, special pliers, to be able to snip these on, and it's really a good idea to get used to using that, because it can save you a lot of money if you know how to just add these things yourself. They're only pence, but when you think you've got to spend 50 quid to get free delivery from Gardiner, so it's definitely worth ordering a few of these and any other bits you might need when you order your pole. When it comes to pole hose, I have found that I'll just see if I can show you, because I put it in the van, you'll see there where it bends around, it does tend to over time close up a little bit and eventually it splits. So when I order my poles, I like to order a good extra few meters of hose, so that when that splits, all you have to do is cut it off and reattach it again with rather than having to order a whole new hose. So it just gives you a bit of extra life. But like I say, I've been using this for about 3 to 4 years now, part-time, a couple of days a week, and it's absolutely brilliant. The condition, I could carry on using it for a few more years yet and I'd still get enough life out of it. But one thing I have noticed is on eBay, the second-hand poles tend to go for quite a lot of money considering the price of the new ones. So one thing I think is a good idea to do is maybe just sell it every couple of years, buy a new one, and you probably, once you've invested in your first pole, you'll probably be able to upgrade it and keep a Gardiner pole for the next sort of 2 years, and you'll only be spending like 100 quid every couple of years just to upgrade it. So maybe that's an option to make it a bit cheaper for you as you carry on. But I hope you found some of the information useful in this review. It's not one of these where someone's just unboxed it and said, yeah, it's brilliant. I've used this for years now. Should have cleaned it really. But as you can see, Altwebs, you know, I really have been using this for years, and it's absolutely mint. I'd recommend it to anyone. In my opinion, Gardiner do the best poles. I hope you found it useful. Thank you very much.